If you have been feeling like your happiness and accomplishing your goal or the fulfillment of your vision, if you've been feeling like those two things are intrinsically linked, then please stick around for this video. I really want to help you see that happiness and the fulfillment of your vision are actually two parallel paths. They're two parallel vibrations. And one of the things that we're taught is that in order to be able to fulfill our vision, we have to be high vibe, we have to feel good, we have to be in gratitude. And it's just not energetically true. So let me just give you a little demonstration of this. Really, your vision is about awareness. It's about being aware of, for one, being aware of what you want, and two, being aware of the opportunities, being able to see and perceive the openings so that you can move decisively in the direction of that vision, right? It doesn't matter if you're happy or not. All that matters is if you can see the openings, if you can seize the opportunities and move towards them. Now, does it help to be happy? Yeah, being happy is great, but happiness is not required. Simultaneously, if you are deciding that your happiness has to be delayed, that you can't be happy until you have the fulfillment of this vision, then that's going to be really disappointing, because so many people end up at their vision and then they think, I thought this was what was going to make me happy, and happiness actually isn't here, so where does that leave me? And they're two separate vibrations. So can it be easier to see opportunities if you're in happiness and gratitude? Yes. But really, it's more about awareness and acceptance. So let me give you an illustration of this. You are aware of where the grocery store is. You are aware of how the process of going to the grocery store and buying groceries, bringing them home, you are aware of how all of that works. And you get to go and receive those groceries and be a part of that exchange no matter how you're feeling. You can feel in shame, you can feel in guilt, you can feel happy and grateful and joyful. It doesn't matter how you feel, because you are aware of where the grocery store is. You get to say yes to the opportunity to get the groceries. You get to get them, you get to receive them. It's part of your awareness, right? Awareness is really the key. And that the emotion, the feeling, is there to help us motivate to actually do the things that we need to do, right? So if you're at home and you're hungry and you're feeling excited about what you're going to cook for dinner, then that might propel you to go to the grocery store. Or you could be hungry and you could be angry and frustrated, but that could still motivate you to go to the store, right? The point is, you are aware of how to do it. You are aware of how to get yourself what you need in order to accomplish that goal. And you're saying yes to the opportunities no matter how you're feeling. So emotion is powerful as it helps us focus. It helps us give us a focal point, like, okay, my emotion is driving me in this direction for this intention. And it also, when we're becoming aware of something, it helps to have that emotion to bring that awareness into our subconscious mind. So let me give you another example. Think back to when you were a child. Maybe you were wanting to learn how to ride your bike or learn how to swim. It's some skill where you could read about it in a book, but you were never going to learn unless you put in the reps and really had time to practice. And then in that preparation, in that practice, suddenly you become aware of what it feels like in your body to be able to do this task, right? So let's go with riding your bike. You have the energy, the emotion of wanting to learn your bike. There was a desire. Doesn't matter if that desire was fear, like, oh, I have to learn to ride my bike because all the other neighborhood kids are going to take off without me, or embarrassment of like, oh, I don't want to be embarrassed that I'm the only kid that doesn't know how to ride my bike, or It could come from a joy, like I can't wait to do this, a feeling of freedom and excitement. Any of those emotions could be the thing that propel you forward and bring you into the focus to put in the time and the energy and the repetitions required to actually do the thing, put in the time on the bike until all of a sudden, boom, you're aware of how to ride a bike. And now that you're aware of how to ride a bike, it doesn't matter if you don't ride a bike for 20 years. You could grab a bike. It might take you a second, but you would very quickly remember, oh yeah, this is how to ride a bike. This is how to balance. This is how this works, because it's an awareness that you have embodied, right? So the idea is that your vision, the goal, the thing that life has placed on your heart that is yours, it is an opportunity for you to become aware of the version of you that knows how to be that identity, that knows how to express those gifts within you. It's an awareness. And the way that you do that is you have some emotion that compels you to put in the time and the focus and to move decisively in the direction. And you have an ability to accept that this is the desire that you're going to move towards. This is what you're going to pursue and you're going to be willing to receive. So you then decisively say, okay, I'm going to choose to expand my awareness so that I can see the opportunities. I can see the openings. I can listen to my intuition and follow the call, right? Step by step by step. And as I do that, I'm becoming more and more aware of what this vision feels like in my body and what this skill set feels like in my body. Right? So if there is something that you feel called to do, you have to start doing the thing. If you want to be an artist, you have to actually decide what medium you're going to play with, and you have to spend time with that medium, right? If you want to be a painter, pick up the paintbrush and spend the time. You have to have the feeling to unleash that persistence within you. But it doesn't matter if you pick up the paintbrush from a place of depression or a place of gratitude and joy. The point is that there was some emotion within you that brought you to picking up the paintbrush, and now you're doing it. You're painting and you're awakening to the artist within you who was always there, but was just dormant until, just like riding the bike, all of a sudden, awareness. I know how to do this. Right? And then you just keep building that identity, building that skill through the repetition. And the more that you do it, the more you become aware of it. Well, now you're gaining confidence, right? Like that little kid who's on the bike and, okay, I kind of feel it, but now I'm getting better and better. And now I identify as like, oh, I'm somebody who can ride my bike. And now I can go further and I can go faster. And now I can decide, do I want to do a mountain bike? Do I want to do a road bike? Right? I'm aware of more options and I'm developing that skill more and more and more. So the idea is bring who you are, bring all of that into your vision and say, you know what? Today, this is what I'm feeling, and it is okay because I can still become more and more aware of the artist within me, whether that's somebody who is writing a book or speaking or whatever your art is, right? Bring all of your grumpiness, bring all of your emotion, bring all of it to your craft and practice. Just keep putting in the reps to do the thing that is going to awaken you to that which is dormant and just waiting to be released within you, right? It is there. If it wasn't there for you, it would not be a desire on your heart. So if you've been feeling like, I can't show up for this because I'm not high vibe, I'm not happy, and I'm going to infuse this with all this yucky energy, and so I can't do it yet, then set that aside and be like, I can choose to be awake and aware that this is within me. And the more time I spend within this, the more I will be awake and aware to it. The more I will be able to see the opportunities. And I'll tell you, when we're willing to accept our opportunities, then it starts to feel better. We start to feel lighter, right? So when we can shift out of, okay, this is the emotion, I'm going to label it as bad, I'm going to label it as low vibe, and instead we say, yep, I'm having this emotion, but I can still become awake to this within me. I can still share my gifts. I can still be in communion with my gifts. right? I can still show up to this that I want to become more and more aware and awake to. And then as we do that, we start to feel lighter. We start to feel better. We start to say, I'm willing. I'm willing to come as I am. I mean, think about all of the incredible artists who created from a place of pain. You don't have to be happy to create beautifully. And simultaneously, you can be happy right now, even if you haven't created that thing that's on your heart to create yet. They're two separate paths. And happiness it can be just an opportunity of, okay, I'm going to love and accept myself as I'm feeling right now. And as I do that, I become more awake and aware to my true, authentic feeling. And that feels like a relief. And now I can feel myself feeling just a little bit lighter. I can feel my breath changing. I can feel a little hint of happiness because I'm congruent with myself. I can see some more beauty around me. I can become awake and aware. I can accept the beauty that's around me. Right? And it can be as simple as that. So if you've been feeling like these are two things that you're trying to mesh together and feeling is the secret and you have to feel good, otherwise you don't get to have what you want, then I invite you to just challenge all of that and say, I can become awake and aware to my vision a little bit more every single day, even when I don't feel the best. I hope this was helpful. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great rest of your day. Bye for now.